This is Alejandro Hernandez for CUTV News. We're at the site of Concordia University's Loyola campus, where the CSU, the Concordia Student Union, just organized its monthly town hall meeting. Here are some of the excerpts we've got for you.
I guess then my first question being to Adrian, you suggested that you could sue CUTV for filming and implied that it was illegal. So could you maybe expand or explain on what grounds it is illegal?
Our argument of having a CUTV film or not film was basically implying that this room is actually reserved and that the CSU is a private corporation. I mean, we have shareholders, students paying us some of their fees, and that it is not public. Any students can actually come and participate to our council meetings, but it is not a public space. It is a reserved room, and it is a reserved to a private corporation. Now, by me implying that I could be suing CUTV, that was presenting with a possibility, a legal possibility. Having the CSU being legally binding as a private corporation. That's why. Obviously, in no way would I be suing CUTV. I mean, we have extremely good relationships with them. But my argument there was that any people around council could be suing anybody that was illegally filming council meetings. My point will relate to Heather's answer. I mean, she actually asked our lawyer to present a formal legal declaration saying that the CSU is a private corporation.
I was asked by a couple councillors to look into the notion of consent. Us as executive have no problems being filmed. Obviously, look, we're being filmed right now, so there's no issue with that. But the issue at hand was the way that the motion was presented was that it was imposed on council. So it technically undermined the authority of council because the councillor that had presented it had said that no matter what, they're going to film. And that was problematic because you cannot just come in and impose. There has to be a dialogue, there has to be discussion about it. And with that said, we're working with CUTV, in fact, to present a motion to council to film. So we're working with CUTV because we've worked out the details and to address the issues of councillors that may feel uncomfortable or whatever the issue is.
I agree with what you're saying regarding, I guess, individual councillors being intimidated, but my question is, again, rather in terms of the notion that CSU is there to represent students, and then the fact that at the time the motion was passed to not allow CUTV to film, which the filming would essentially allow a larger number of students to have insight into what goes on at the meeting. So my question is, regardless of whether individual councillors feel intimidated by having students know what they vote on certain motions, isn't that a problem on the councillor side in the sense that if they're representing students and are intimidated at the same time by students knowing what they're voting, isn't that the problem rather than CUTV filming?
You do have a point with that. And again, council meetings are recorded with the journalists that are there. The minutes are taken. So no matter what, people know how you vote and they know what you say. I think it's just the issue of having an additional stress factor of the camera being in your face. Again, this is not my personal defense. This is just councillors that have brought this to my attention, and they didn't speak up at council. If you look at the minutes, very few councillors spoke up. So, and I just wanted to make sure that the other side of the argument was heard and not shut down because of this.
In brief, that was what CUTV was able to cover this afternoon. While the monthly town hall did not attract that many people, it certainly attracted a number of important issues that have been tackled. For CUTV News, I'm Alejandro Hernandez.